Hey guys, welcome back to the sim. We are in Dubai. We're going to start our second leg of our ferry flight of this aircraft down to Cairns in Australia. Today's flight takes us from Dubai all the way down to Singapore. 7.5 hours. Beautiful weather here. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. Thunderstorms in Singapore right now. We'll see how it is when we get there in 7 hours. It's going to be a long flight. Range of this aircraft is 3,500 nautical miles. We're doing 3,100 and just shy of 3,200. So we are pushing it to our limits. So let's get on board and get this flight underway. Alright, so batteries come on and external power is active.
Ocean 218, push and start approved, runway 14. Push and start approved, 14,
Let's run down here. Get these guys going first off. Crew supply for air can go on. We'll get some air moving inside because it is currently fairly hot. 78 degrees right now in Dubai.
One departure. Flight and route, flight 240.
The nav lights
on
so they can see them.
71 correct.
7,000 on the thing there. We can, no need to lock the door. We're the only ones on board the aircraft today. Alright, so radios are on. Everything is set. We're going at 33,000 feet today. I'll just dial this around right now as a reminder. This will be interesting to see how the aircraft does. We'll get our panels up. There just makes it easier to see, and we'll do the underside as well. So let's run down the checklist. Parking brake is set. Chocks have been removed. Ground power unit is connected. Thrust levers are at idle. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine selector switch is in normal. Batteries are on. Voltage is showing correct. Generator switches are on. External power is on. ADIRs are set to nav. Panel brightnesses have been set. Nav lights are on. Landing gear lever is down. Confirmed flaps are up. And speed brakes are retracted. Fuel quantity, yeah. We are loaded with as much fuel as we can take. I'll throw on the signs just for sake of completeness, and we will arm the exits in the back. So our flight today is pretty much straight line. We're going to be taking off to the southeast, and we're just basically, with some little variances left and right, follow that all the way to Singapore. It should be fairly standard. I'll show you on the chart. Let's go over to where we are, let it load in. So if we go into flight plan and we type in that and that, it will show us, let's go over here, the route we are taking today. So we're going to fly out here over the entry into the Persian Gulf, over the Indian Ocean, over India, over this side, and then down the Jakarta slot here into Singapore. And that's about 7 hours, 15 minutes air time. So it's going to be a good flight. We will see how we do. 3 minutes left to go. Let's get the beacon on, and we'll let them know that we're going to be starting up the APU. So transponder is set to 7,000. That's our IFR. Beacon light I just turned on. Our emergency lights are armed. The FMC is set. Everything's managed. 33,000. Departure briefing is done, and we're just waiting for that. We will now start the APU, and while we'll do that, we'll come down here and get the McDo set up. So there's the aircraft information. So our flight number today is 90221. Our alternate for today is WSAP. Oops. WSAP, put it in the right place. FL90221 is our flight number. OMDB to WSSS, that's Dubai to Singapore. Cost index of 25. Flight level of 33,000, that's fine. And that is all good.
It's 71, confirm flight number 320.
Performance page, it is a flaps on takeoff. We'll reset the V speeds. V1 of 128, VR of 134, V2 of 137, thrust reduction of 1528.
Are you fully ready, sir?
So that is all good. If we look at the flight plan,
another 5 minutes advance.
we're departing runway 12 right on the IVUR 1G departure. And then when we get into Singapore, our arrival is on the Igula waypoint down on the LI3B, Lally, and we are landing on the ILS runway 28 right. If I go to my charts and I bring up the runway, or 2820 right, and if I bring up the chart for 20 right, I go my radios, 108.9, 108.9, 203 on the course, and that is already set. So we are good there. If I go into plan mode, that's good to see that's now up and running. So we're going to take off, do this jog around, and then we head out. And as you can see, we are kind of straight shooting here all the way down through a lot of waypoints. And again, we've got altitudes knocked in there. I did a little bit of research to figure out how to do the descent. So I know what I did wrong, I think. So we'll try it again this time. I just want to see if I can find give me a weird altitude as part of the approach. That's our exit. This is our approach.
71, expect an Oak departure. Full ATC on taxi.
Oh, it's saying that. So if I go 250 at 18,000. See, we're straight. So if I go 18, will it let me change that? Below 18,000. Well, it's descending. So is that changed in here? Yes, it has. All right, that's interesting. Well, we're going to try that doing a proper descent when we get in there. So that should work fine. So our current 2980 is our current pressure here. Forgot to switch that over to metric, but that's I don't want FE, I want QNH. I don't know. Whatever, it's good enough. We up? Okay, we're available. We're gonna throw the bleeds on, and we will kill the external power. So AP is up, AP bleeds are on, AP generator is fine. We're gonna request pushback.
Otherwise, 71 startup and pushback approved, or runway 14.
Startup and
And we're
pushback
gonna want
approved,
to
runway
go
14.
tail to the left. So, let's go to our pushback helper. There we go. Should be, there he is. Pushback truck is moving in. So we'll go back a bit and then tail to the left. And we got a bit of a taxi all the way to the other end of the runway. Couple airplanes over here. Got live traffic on, and again using Rex. Oh, there we go. Rex WeatherForce to feed the information in. So engine start, engine mode selector to ignition, engine start number 1. N2 is rising. %, fuel should be injecting. Fuel won't be injecting because I forgot to turn the fuel pumps on. There we go. And we will turn now out onto the taxiway.
Runway 71, taxi via November, Foxtrot, to holding point Alpha.
And you can stop
Thank you,
there.
November, Foxtrot, holding point
Parking brake is on.
71.
Engine 1 is stable. And engine 2, there's that flickering again. Interesting. Seen a couple other people report that as well. And there goes the pushback truck. So fuel is flowing. Engine is starting up. Guys, like I'm sitting here. Alright, so he is up and running. We have fuel flow. switch off, and APU bleeds come off. APU can shut down. You guys, you're pushing back and I'm sitting here. Just gonna ignore that. Oh, they've stopped. Okay. So, probe and window heat comes on. Heading indicators are fine. Standby instruments. 29er 80 are set. Radio and avionics are set. Autopilot is set up. Ready to go. Flight directors are active. Auto brake to reject flaps. First notch. Elevator trim to 1 up. And flight controls. Full left, full right, neutral, full back, full forward, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Getting ready for taxi, taxi light on. Oh, interesting how you did that. Parking brake is off, and we are ready to get going. We'll go out over here. I'll head down to the end of the runway. Very bright. Definitely a sunglasses day here in Dubai. This is going to be another long flight. Should be a good one. Basically, it's a straight taxi down this way. We'll keep her rolling down the runway. Turn and bank coordinator is done, is checked. Speed brakes are armed. TO config is checked. And cabin.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please.
Alright. ECAM status, no blue. Which means there's no blue warnings here on the screen.
Wind check, please.
210 degrees, 8 knots.
Take a look at Dubai as we go by. There's I think that's the Burj Khalifa, and the other one that's down that way is the one with the that looks like the sail is the Burj Al Arab. I think that's it there. Might have to do a local flight around here just to see what it all looks like. Oh, they don't want us going through here, but I'm gonna go through here anyway. Oh, looks like somebody's going out onto the runway. Couple aircraft. There's the one behind us that was moving, and there's a couple up ahead of us here. It's nice to see a little bit of activity. This is definitely a long taxi. Gonna see if that other guy is coming out. I can't tell really. Oop. Let's go back to the front. I got a few airplanes going over there. Another one at the gate. This guy's pulling out. And looks like one on the runway. Went a little fast, but trying to get down to the end. A little sense of urgency. Come back a little bit on the power. So there's your main gates here at Dubai International. Oh, I got a 380 sitting over there. Very nice. Over there. Let's get ourselves positioned here. So the guy is taxiing down the inside. Yeah, this guy's lights are going. This guy's lights are going. This guy's moving. This is getting busy out here. This guy's moving. Very nice. Yeah, they're all coming out. A KLM plane over there. So we'll be following this guy. We're almost to the end. Not sure where that other plane went. No, I think he's still sitting up there. Looks like we got somebody coming in to land. This could get interesting. I think the AI planes taxi at 10 knots, so it's rather slow. Yeah, I can see him coming in. looks like we're second in line. See if we can see who this is. Looks like he's yellow generic. Not sure if this guy's gonna get a line up and wait command. Or if he's gonna have to wait. Alright, he's finally gotten off the runway. We can move forward. The other guy has moved out to the runway. See him right there.
2180 is full ready.
Alright.
Contact 218, wind 200 degrees, 5 knots, runway 14.
So parking brake is on.
Yeah,
Flight
take off
instruments
runway 14, March.
are checked. Engine instruments are checked. Takeoff data is checked. Nav equipment is all checked. Landing lights go on. Strobe light is on. Pitot heat as required, not required. De-icing not required. Transponder on. PWS is on. Weather radar is on. He is now rolling. There's no aircraft on approach. I'm gonna go line up and wait. Busy here today. And this is why you have procedures for where the aircraft fly, because it can start getting crowded out here.
0171, wind 240 degrees 7 knots, runway 14, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 14, clear for takeoff, line 71.
See these guys moving up. Alright, so the aircraft in front of us has made a right turn, so that's fine. So we are good to go. So, thrust levers, 40 knots. Stable. Brakes are off. And flex. $60 knots. $100 knots. Ease off the pressure. V1. Rotate. Ease back to 17 degrees. Positive rate, gear up. Aircraft is now climbing. Fly the needles.
Just 218 passing international, request direct support if possible.
Contact 218 for the current.
Thrust lever to climb.
1
Nose down for acceleration. on. 200 knots. Spoilers and slats and flaps going up, not spoilers. Hello. And speed brakes disarmed. And autopilot can go on. Should hold to 250 knots as we settle into our climb. There's the outskirts of Dubai leading off into the desert. taxi light can go off.
18, climbing 2,000 feet now, climbing to level 180. Passing Epnes, request direct service.
Mauritius 218, good morning.
Pressure to standard.
Crossing 3,000 feet, release from East correction, release for Sobat 1 departure, request direct service.
Okay, 3,000 feet and direct service, Mauritius 218.
218, you report it at level 180.
Will go.
And you see the little top climb marker. That's where we're gonna probably hit 10,000 feet, and we're gonna level to accelerate again. And then once we get our speed up again, we will start our climb out to our final cruise altitude, 33,000 feet. There's a little bit of a turn. There's our acceleration. Up to 320, and then we are going to carry on our climb. It's 10,000 feet, landing lights come off. Appropriate lighting is on. And everything is looking good. No weather at the moment. Fantastic news.
It's maintaining level 180 now.
Report
So that's us established on the climb. We're just finishing the departure, which takes us around the corner here, and then we're on our way. So sit back, enjoy the views, and I'll see you in about 6.5 hours when we start into our descent. Welcome back to the cockpit. As you can see, we are getting close to our top of descent, which is actually indicating. So I've been through the flight plan. I've made one change for ARMA, where I had to change what I had inputted for the altitude. I'm going to try to do a managed descent. Everything else looks good all the way down to the intercept. I know last time we did this, I didn't do it right. I know now all I have to do is push the button in if it will let me do it. That's what I'm not sure.
So it's got
couple different options. There's kind of 3 different options for doing a descent. There's the managed mode, there's an open descent where it just descends as quickly as it can at the speed that you've got set, and then there's the vertical speed. We'll do the vertical speed if we have to. I want to see if it will do this. I can see the button clicking in, but it's not giving me the descent alert, so I don't think it's going to do it. We'll see if it kicks on automatically. If not, we'll do it ourselves. That's fine. See, we're down to 2,000 kilograms of fuel. We went off the block 6 hours and 48 minutes ago. So it's been a long flight. With 6 hours and I don't know, 6.5 hours, 6 hours 35 minutes of airtime. Or sorry, our flight time is 6 hours and 50 minutes. So we've flown over 3,000 miles now. So top of descent, I don't know if she's gonna do it. So we're gonna watch. If we go past and nothing happens, we can do our descent. I know where we got to be at Lelib. We got to be at 10,000, so that's fine. Lelib's the one after. Yeah, see Lelib here at 10,000. See if it starts the descent or not. We're almost there. It'd be nice if it did. I mean, you can see there's Malaysia off our right side and the other islands over there. Yeah, so it's just going right through. There is no descent mode. Alright, so we're going to bring that back. So we're going to set 10,000. We're going to go into vertical speed mode. And down we come. So we're now on our descent. Heading into Singapore. So the weather in Singapore, we'll get that entered in now. It is pretty good. A few clouds at 1,800, broken at 15,000. Light winds out of the southwest, which is what we were expecting. So let's go down here. We'll get that entered in. So we'll go to performance. Next fade. So the QNH is 1009. Current temperature is 31 degrees. It's going to be another hot and humid one there. And it is the middle of the night when we're coming in. 200 at 4 for the wind. Watching the airspeed, make sure she doesn't sneak too far on us. Transition altitude will be 5,000 feet. And the decision height for the runway is 213. Alright, that's all entered in. Go back to performance. And the airspeed's creeping up. Bring that down again. So, beautiful night. It's currently 19:22 UTC. It's got to be what? 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning here. Four in the morning. So what did I say the altimeter was? 1009, so we'll set this to 1009. I have 4 in the morning and it's 31 degrees. Holy cow. That is hot. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Not much to see outside. Good chance to get a nap. Read a book, even though flying sans passengers.
Yes, Sky 75 control, confirmation flight level 200 initially.
Climate level 200 needs Sky 75.
Alright. So we got 60 miles to go. Gotta go 15,000 feet. Should be good. The airport's located on the water, so it's going to have minimal elevation. We're basically going to turn to the left just before we hit Singapore, and then kind of circle around to the north. And come in for our landing. You can kind of see it there on the where we start the turn. Again, we got to do some step downs and everything to get ourselves set up. Singapore, I guess, is one of those airports where they don't really shut down for operations. I've seen a lot of videos and stuff of airplanes coming in at all hours, so 24-hour operations at this place. And I think given that it's a major hub in the South Asia area, I can see why. Kind of like Dubai. I mean, flights going in and out of there at all points. Seen people leaving at midnight, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. it can be pretty busy. Not gonna jump outside because really there's nothing to see. Can't see the airplane, and that's pretty much the view you get. But we're descending down pretty good. Everything's looking nice. I'm gonna get the cockpit ready here for our arrival.
Iberia 6801, turn right heading 230.
Turn right heading 230, area 6801.
Getting our checklist ready. Speed's creeping again, so we're gonna kick it over. About a 250. I'll hold her there. I think that is the town of Batu Pahat. Straits here. It's one of the busiest shipping areas in the world, is the strait between these two islands. There's one over here, one over on this side. Alright, we're below 18,000. So lights go on, and we can dial in. Over here we can go to 1009 is set. Fuel's getting down there. I mean, we're really stretching this thing on what she can do.
Iberia 6801, turn right heading 260.
Taking her pretty close to her limit with our alternate fuel as well. And but given the weather, we're fine going in. Will not be an issue. I'll bring up the approach plate now so we can see what we're doing. So we'll leave here as 10,000. We have to be above, at or above 10,000. The next one, which is up here, is JB. We have to be at 7,000 and slowed down to 220 knots. Alpha is at 6,000. Then Bidus is 3,000 at 190. And then we are vectored for the approach from there. So this bit that juts out and comes back around and circles around the island here, and that island is the city-state of Singapore. Alright, so we can come back a little bit on our descent rate. Got about 25 miles to get down to 10,000 feet. Won't be an issue.
United H2A, turn right heading 310.
Left turn 310, United H2A.
20 miles to go. 11,300 feet. Do not see a sun coming up. So we're going to do a full dark landing. And holy cows, it's going to play havoc with jet lag. Alright, so it's going to be 10,000 feet. $250 knots. And everything is good. So speed 250. And we will hold there on the checklist. Leveling off at 10,000.
イベリアシティセント01、7マイル間、ターンライティング310、クラマスヤンキーランウェイ34ライトアプローチ。
We live here, we will descend to 7,000 by JB, 6,000 by Alpha, and then the next one is 3,000, and then we make the turn in the airport. Right up there. Should be coming onto the screen very, very shortly. So as we already checked way back when, our frequency is correct. Just double check that now. 108.9, 108.9, 203 is the approach course, 203 is the approach course. Two, 0 right, 20 right. So that is all correct. And that out there is Singapore. I think you can see the airport. Just looking at my maps. Yeah, that's part of the airport there. The airport should be over at that end. You can see that's the river that runs around it. Okay, 7,000 is going to be the next one. At 220. Waiting for it to switch over. There we go. 7,000. Descent is starting. And speed will come back to 220 knots. So we're below 10,000 feet. The landing lights come on. System will come on. Fuel quantity and balance, we are good. Flaps are fully up. Landing gear is fully up. Let's take her at 15. Don't want you doing a open descent.
Iberia 6801, maintain 170 knots, great until 70 minutes. Contact tower 110.35.
Again, open descent. She will descend as whatever, holding 220, she'll just descend at that airspeed. At whatever angle and whatever rate's required to maintain that airspeed. So, not what we want. We're doing this a little bit more in control. It's 8,000. Let's bring it up a little bit. It's 7,000. We're 10 miles out, 7,300 feet, 108.9. And if we look at the chart, ICH. So ILS is confirmed. And we're 26 miles from the airport. Not seeing much in the way of cloud. Shouldn't be too bad. $7,000 feet. Looking good. So the next altitude is going to be 6,000. So we have to stay above 6,000, at or above 6,000 feet for Alpha. Alpha doesn't have a speed restriction, but Bidas does, which is the next one at 190. So we're going to go down to, we'll probably go to 185 at Bidas. We'll go to 210 for Alpha. As soon as we make the turn, we'll do the same thing. We'll get her into the descent. And then we'll decrease our speed. Once we go to 210, we can run our approach checklist. Set at about 1,000 feet per minute. So Alpha, she's kicked over. So we're going to start our descent. At 1,000 feet per minute, 210 knots. Selected. Landing lights checked on. Taxi light on. Ground spoilers armed. Auto brake set to low. Flaps speed check. Flaps 1. There's the rabbit. It's the lights running away from you there. So we're coming down to Alpha, 6,000 feet. The next one's going to be 3,000 feet at 185.
Maintain 3,000.
It'll be 180. As soon as it ticks over for Biddus, we're captured 3,000 feet. There we go. So speed back to 180. Initiating descent. Initiating rate of descent 1,500 feet. Flaps are 180. Our speed's 180 flaps. 2, speed checked. Terrain radar is now on. A little bit of terrain there. Off to our right. Should be reasonably flat. Alright, 5 miles to go. $3,500 is actually the intercept, so we're gonna go to
United
Come on.
828, release PQ 170 knots, maintain
There we
till
go.
70 ME.
3,500.
118.35.
Okay, 11835 and 170
we're gonna do a
knots.
slight climb just to get ourselves there. Chart said over 3,000, so that's fine. ILS approach plate says 3,500, so we'll go back up to 3,500. You go up, and you go up. There we go. That's all good. As long as we're above the glide slope. That's all that really counts. Approach phase is active. Here's the turn. As soon as we level out, we'll go to approach mode. A little bit of terrain around us, nothing to worry about. Approach mode is armed.
Japan 960, on heading 220.
Right, heading 227 banana 60.
There's the airport. Off to our right. So we may catch the glide slope before we catch the localizer. There we go, glide slope and localizer at the same time. So speed back to 145.
Camera crew, please take your seat for landing.
Speed's down, flaps 3. Gear going down. Speed under 150. Flaps full. There you can see the island and the airport on that tip. 3 runways. 20 right, 20 center, 20 left. We're going into 20 right. Okay. So, landing gear is down, autopilot as required. Go around altitude is set, auto thrust as required. Landing memo, no blue, landing speed, 145. Vocalizer is captured, glide slope is captured.
Jet Alpha 16 Kilo Papa, report landing.
We are lined up. No aircraft in sight. Everything's looking good. It is a solid approach. Turn the train radar off.
Philippine 435, contact Tokyo departure 120.2.
42, Philippine 435.
Four miles out. So it looks like our airtime is going to be 7 hours and 22 minutes, approximately. All right, let's see if we can do this without floating it this time. Landing.
Joystick 621, contact departure 124.2.
124.2, just bring
Marker.
100.
Autopilot off.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Hold it.
Retard. 5.
And we're down. Reverse thrust. Keep her on the center line. 60 knots. Reverse thrust off. Auto brakes off. And we will exit here. Should have come throttle back before I hit the button. That's fine. Well, welcome to Singapore, everybody.
Japan 741, wind 330 at 12, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
I'm gonna have to go. Let me clear the whole short line, and I'm going to pull up the airport charts. Let's see where we're going. All right, let's go. Park. So spoilers disarmed. Check. Flaps retracted. Engine mode selector on normal. Landing lights come off. Taxi light goes to taxi. Strobe lights come off. Anti-ice is off. APU will come on. Brake temperature. Do check. Brakes are good. Transponder goes to standby. Alright, so we are headed
Ground おはようございます。Only
South
0.8490.
Apron.
0.4970 ナイタグラムおはようございます。Taxi via Charlie,
So
Whiskey,
it's going to
Whiskey
continue
5
on down
November
here
Gateway.
for a while.
Taxi via Charlie, Whiskey and Whiskey 5 November Gateway. Only 0.8490.
So we'll get you up and running. And we're gonna keep going down taxiway Whiskey. So taxiway Whiskey is kind of non-terminal parking for itinerant traffic or for regular scheduled traffic. So we're going to be going down there to park, and we will find a spot when we get there. Very dark here, with trees in the middle of the area. Okay, interesting.
Delta Ground, China 107, Whiskey 80 West.
China 107, Delta Grand, runway 34 left, instruction India, unit 2997. Taxi 214 point via Whiskey 8 Alpha.
Runway 34 left,
Almost
India
there. You can see the gate and the lights. That's where we're headed.
Via Whiskey 8 Alpha, China 107.
So I'm going to roll through these taxiways. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, yeah, we're going to do this little jog here. Some other aircraft here already. gonna go. Yeah. Turn here.
Narita ground, FedEx 5154.
Go beside this guy here.
Approaching Whiskey 5 November.
It's a good indicator of where we gotta go.
FedEx 5154 Night runway 34 left, in position India, unit 299
Saw a line there somewhere.
Whiskey 5 Alpha.
Okay, holding point.
There we go.
Whiskey 5 Alpha. FedEx 5154.
And this is where we're gonna park. Right there. Parking brake is set. Thrust levers to idle. There is no ground contact at the moment. Ground operations is fine. Electrical power will be established as we go on to the APU bleed. And engine masters 1 and 2 come off. Parking brake confirmed is set.
1182, Ashana 107.
Nav light, logo lights will stay on. Beacon will come off. Taxi light will come off. Exterior lights is required. Anti-ice is off. Passenger signs can come down. There we go. Flight directors come off. Landing system will come off. AP bleed is on. Fuel pumps go off. Beacon light is off. ECAM status. No messages.
Spinner 73, おはようございます。ナイトグランタクシービアゴルフエコ6 Gateway.
And there we go. We have arrived in Singapore. It was a long one, guys, but I hope you enjoyed. There we are. Beautiful night. Very quiet here at the airport. I'm sure it'll be a lot busier when we leave on the next leg. That'll take us to Cairns. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. Throw a like on it. If you want to throw a comment down below, I'd be more than happy to read it. See you next time. Bye for now.